everybody, it's Allison. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Last time I told you that I would be back sharing this card and a bunch of other cards that I've been playing with lately, so I am back a little bit later than I had planned, but I have been having so much fun just really being inspired by this one product and pulling out a bunch of patterned paper to play with. So the collection this month for March is Rosie's Golden Afternoon collection, Rosie's Studio. And here is the 6x6 paper pad. And I'm going to flip through here really quick. You'll see me pause at a few papers that I really especially like. This one is really pretty. It has some gold flecks in the corners. And this paper really caught my eye as well. So it's just really pretty paper, and there are other items in the collection. There's some ephemera and other embellishments as well, but we are just going to be looking at this paper pad today. Now, I wanted to show you something that I used in my last video. This is the Scribbled letter embossing folder, and I wanted to show you that it's really fun to emboss patterned paper. So this is not a 3D embossing folder, and this is pretty thin paper. So look at that. Isn't that really cool? It just totally changes the whole look of it. And even this piece here, which is just kind of a collage of little elements, I thought that really added something interesting to that paper. So this is the die that I'm using on all my cards today, this film strip die. My Life in Pictures is the die set, and all these other pieces come with the set. And there is the smile word die and shadow, and here is what it looks like. I did create this for a different card. So I really like the font. It's really sweet. But for most of my cards, I'm just using the film strip die. Now, I mentioned how there's a bunch of ephemera with the Golden Afternoon collection, but I'm using the Simple Vintage Flower Shop collection. So this is some paper from that collection kit and these really cute little Polaroids. So I just trimmed that Polaroid image out. And here's some ephemera, again from the Vintage Flower Shop collection. So these daisies and the butterflies are all from that. Now I want to stamp my sentiment at the bottom of this Polaroid image, and I'm going to use this Season's Greetings stamp set from CZ Design and Simon Says Stamp. Now I have my grip mat in my little Misty, and I have my carrier sheet, which is just a piece of acetate. So I'm just stamping straight onto the acetate, and now I can perfectly position my Polaroid underneath that sentiment. The acetate is, gripping to the grip mat, so it didn't move. So then I already had pulled out that acetate, and now I can stamp directly onto this piece of ephemera. And I think it's a really sweet sentiment. All right, so this is just super easy assembly. I'm just gluing the larger flower at the bottom, and then I can glue my film strip on there. And this card obviously has a lot of muted colors, so I went diving in my stash for the perfect brown color for that film strip. So you'll see lots of ephemera in today's video. Now for this piece, I did put some foam tape underneath it. And then I can just add my butterflies. So that is it for that card. I think this Golden Afternoon collection goes perfectly with this Vintage Flower Shop. So here you see all the ephemera from the Vintage Flower Shop collection. I was trying to figure out what to do with this other piece of paper that I had embossed. I was having problems. I just had a total mind block. So I haven't finished this card yet, but look, there's a camera. There's just so many perfect matches in this collection for this film strip die. Now, speaking of this paper pad, look at the paper that I made that original card with. This is where that paper came from. And on the reverse of that paper, look at this piece. That would also be perfect for the film strip die. All right, so one final look at this card. Again, I shared this last time. It has the critters from the Little Smiles collection. And I love this paper so much, I just ordered the 6x8 paper pad. So the whole thing will be on a smaller scale. So I'm excited to get that. Now, speaking of cute paper, let's jump into the Say Cheese Classic Pooh collection. I thought it would be really fun to frame some Pooh images. So I'm just going through this collection kit and kind of testing out what images I could frame. And here's the 100 Acre Wood paper. You can see I've already used some of that. I thought this little image would be really cute, but I really wanted all of the images to kind of go together. So once I saw this paper, this was it. These are images from the, original books, and I just think they're the sweetest images. So that's what I decided to do. Now, originally I thought it would kind of look cute on this paper, but then I flipped it over and I thought, you know what? How cute would this be to use all of these classic images together on one card? Just so precious. So that's what I decided to do. Now I've decided to use my decal trimmer because, well, I've used it recently, and so it was kind of out of its hiding place. So now I remember I have it and I'm using it. And again, here's more ephemera. This is from the Classic Pooh collection, and I'm just going through ephemera to try and decide if I want to use any of these cute little images. I thought this image would be kind of cute. It would kind of introduce a little pop of color. But as soon as I saw this little ephemera piece that says, "We'll be friends forever," I knew that was the winner. So I've cut a new film strip from gray cardstock to match the paper better. And now I want to add some ink blending to the background to make my images in the film strip stand out. So I'm going to start with Antique Linen. The two colors that I use the most to age things are, well, number one is Vintage Photo. But if I want something to be like kind of yellow, to look more like parchment paper or something like that, I go to Antique Linen. And I just love this color. So it's great to use on off-white paper. Now I'm coming in with Wild Honey, and you'll see why you should always tap some of your ink off before coming to your paper. Watch this. I came in so heavy and so much darker than I had intended, and I was so sad. But I couldn't throw this 100 Acre Wood paper away because I don't have much of it left. So I just went with it, and I decided I might as well see what happens. And do my best to make it work. Now, speaking of this 100 Acre Wood paper, I just ordered the smaller pack of this collection as well. I've been meaning to do that for so long because I really like having the two different scales of pattern paper. So I just ordered all of this stuff recently. Looking forward to getting that. All right, so obviously it's a lot darker than I had intended. So now I need to come back in the middle with that Antique Linen. And now, you know, the images themselves, now they look too white. Even though they're not white, they're off-white. But I decided to add a little bit of the antique linen to those as well. And even came in with a little bit of that wild honey, just in little spots. All right, so for this gray film strip, I'm coming in with frayed burlap and pumice stone just to make it look not so perfect of a gray. I'm not really trying to age it per se, but just, I don't know, make it look not so perfect. And to make it look even less perfect, I'm going to come in with scorched timber, and I'm just going to hit certain spots, not all over, just certain areas. This is a really fun color, scorched timber. Okay, so I want to show you how I assemble the film strips for most of my cards today. I'm just gluing 2 pieces together, and then I'm cutting a back. But I don't want the back to cover the openings on the side of the film strip, so I'm cutting it just so it fits in to the middle, so it's not covering those holes. And now I can just add my little panels inside there. And aside from the first card, this is how I assembled all of my film strips today. So here is the final card, and I added a few clear drops, and that is it. All right, more paper. So this is the Just Sayin collection from, I think, February last month. And you'll see that bigger paper was the 12 by 12, and this is the smaller version of it from the 6 by 6 pad. And I cut these solid colors out from the die set. And look, there's these little cameras in the ephemera from the Just Sayin collection. So it's just really been fun to go back to some of these other collections and realize that there are just perfect matches with this film strip. And here's the idea for this card. I haven't assembled it yet. I thought the hashtag was kind of cute because there's a little iPhone there. I haven't assembled this yet, but that's what it's going to look like, I think. I've had a lot of stuff on my desk the past week doing these cards. All right, this is the Space Friends stamp set from Simon Hurley and Ranger. And I have stamped out some of the images. And I thought it would be fun to frame these little guys. Look at how cute. There's little cats. I thought that cat might be cute flying into the frame. So again, I love it when I have a product that inspires me to use other products. So here is the idea for the card. Now there is a combo set that includes matching dies for that stamp set. I obviously didn't need those today. All I did was color the images, and then I colored around the images with a solid color, and then I cut them down with the die, that die right there for the film strip. And I think they're really cute like this. Now the little bubble die cut is one of the ephemera pieces from that Just Sayin set, and I stamped the sentiment from the actual stamp set onto it. And this paper with the stars is from that same Just Sayin 6x6 paper pad. And look how perfectly that goes with the space images. Now I'm going to go through the ephemera again, trying to find some stars or something else that might be fun to add to this card. And then I remembered that there was this Punctuation Icons die set, and it has the perfect little star right here. So I'll cut that from all 3 colors for my final card design. And there it is. And I think it's so cute. I think I might add some glossy accents to the little bubble on the dog, or the helmet, whatever. Maybe even the eyes on the alien and maybe the helmet on the person. I think that will add something. And that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, not my normal video. I didn't show a whole lot of assembly, but just walking you through my process. I hope this inspires you to, I don't know, find a product that you love and that inspires you to pull out pattern paper or older products and get some use out of those products and find fun little matches like I did today with, with this film strip and this paper, with older collections. Older being last month, but still. Anyway, I had fun making these cards. I hope you enjoyed seeing them as well. And if you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you next time. Bye bye.